Chivos here, bringing you my match review of the Big Blue Derby, which saw Melbourne victory beat Sydney FC 4-2, and what a result it was. I could not believe it. You know, it's the Big Blue Derby. It's probably the two biggest teams in Australian football fighting out to see who is the better team. And of course, my team, Melbourne Victory, came up the winners in a 4-2 win away from home. It was a high-scoring affair. There were 4 goals scored within the first 30 minutes of the game. Holosko opened up the scoring in the 5th minute for Sydney FC after youngster Alex Gersbach beat 2 Victory defenders before squaring the ball to Holosko, who tapped it home to make it 1-0. And I was raging when this happened. I watched the game. I was raging so hard. I could not believe we conceded so early. And I do have to know, Alex Gersbach made an absolutely great game. And at 18 years old, he could be a left back for the Socceroos in the future. There is no doubt about it. It was a terrible start for the boys in white. The boys' Melbourne victory, but 4 minutes later, Berisha managed to make the scores level. You know, he received the ball from about 25 yards out. He turned Jack's fatty and unleashed a good strike, which ended up in the back of the net. Berisha, when he scored, I was yelling at the TV. I was going through the roof. Emotions were flying. But we conceded so early, yet we got one back so quickly. It was such a good sight to see. But then, it didn't last long. Brosk scored the second goal for Sydney on the 20-minute mark after he tapped home a save from Vukovic. But the first shot was initially struck by Shane Smeltz. So Smeltz comes in on the right-hand side. He goes to shoot. Danny Vukovic makes a good save but can't get both his hands to it. He can only tap the ball out, and Brosk manages to run in to score the tap in. So very unlucky there to score to concede 2. And the question is, both of the goals were from within the 6-yard box. Why are we struggling at defending? I know we had a few guys out for international duty, but it doesn't make sense as to why we are struggling in the defensive third. We do need to work on that. So 2 poor goals conceded early shows some defending problems. But Finkler, the free kick specialist, scored to make the scoreline even for the 3rd time in the match. Gajewski played a through ball to Finkler, who shot from an acute angle inside the box, obviously. But he managed to beat the goalkeeper near post, which you don't see very often. On the angle he was on, I'd say it was a 25-degree, 35-degree angle. It was ridiculous. Finkler, take a bow. You don't score often, but when you score, they're generally good goals. And that's what that was. No, Guilherme is a great free kick specialist, but he's showing he has it off the dead ball as well. He shows he can do that within his play. And you know, to see Finkler on the score sheet is good. It's great for me. Sydney came close on the hour mark, which saw a scramble in the box, and they just couldn't convert. You know, Sydney FC hit the woodwork twice in the game. They also had this, which didn't go in, so not the best for Sydney FC. But you have to be clinical with your finishing. If it came down to 4-2, if they have scored all 3 of those chances, it would have been 5-4 and they would have won. So they weren't clinical enough, and that is their own problem. But then Barbarouses scored 8 minutes later in the 68th minute after Finkler's shot was deflected off the post. Barbarouses picked the ball up. First touch he controlled so well, but then he slotted it home. It was 3-2, Melbourne victory lead for the first time in the game, and it is away from home. So very good there. Barbarouses actually flew back from international duty the day before to get to the game. So Barbarouses being subbed on, scoring Barbarouses is showing he's in fine form this season, and you know I don't blame him for scoring. You know, he's doing so well. He's adding scoring to his game. He's adding goals to his game, and that is what he needs. You know, he's found some form. He needs to stay with it because he's performing so well. But then Berisha managed to kill the game off in the 92nd minute, and this was a good goal. This was a good goal. So Berisha picks up the ball in the attacking. Oh, I wouldn't say the attacking third. Maybe middle of the pitch towards the attacking third. He runs. Fatty, who he turned earlier, is there trailing. He's trying to keep up. Berisha enters the box, does a few step overs, shoots and scores. He makes it 4-2. 92nd minute. We have won the game. He salutes to the crowd, saying it's home time. We have won this. And Berisha, scoring 2 goals in this game, adds him onto 5 for his total so far. Berisha proving to be one of the greatest strikers the A-League has ever seen. That is correct. I have put that down. I will write that on paper because I believe Berisha is one of the best strikers the A-League's ever seen, if not the best. You know, we have had Alessandro Del Piero. Archie Thompson is the record goal scorer for the A-League, but Berisha, he's on a level, I will tell you that. But a good performance from Melbourne Victory pushes them further up the table, but obviously we do have problems with our defence. We do have to have a look at that. You know, we did have people on international duty, but for a side that's the reigning champions who want to win again, we need to be doing better than that. We shouldn't be conceding 2 goals from within the 6-yard box. It's terrible. But Sydney FC's loss sees them pick up their first loss of the season. You know, I'm quite surprised by that. It's taken them this long to lose. No, I'm kidding. Sydney FC are a great side. It's good to see them get their first 6 quite well. Unfortunately, they did lose, but it also sees them drop from the top of the table. Why is that? You know, you won't find that out in this video. You will have to check out my A-League review to see why Sydney FC aren't on top anymore. Like the video, you know, show your support. Comment down below what your thoughts were on the Big Blue Derby. Do you think the 4-2 result was good for Melbourne? Do you think Sydney FC should have been more clinical with their chances? What do you think? Make sure you leave a comment so I know your opinion. Subscribe if you want to see more Hyundai A-League content, and I'll catch you guys on another video.